all of your religions are wrong, and then they'll rewrite our religions based on their interpretations of how they are. And who says they're right? We know that all of our religions have things wrong in them and things that are right. Every one of them. And so obviously what these beings are doing is coming to tell us that, no, all of your religions are wrong, and now we're going to tell you exactly the right way. And we're ascended masters, so you have to listen to us. Basically what they want to try to develop is an earth where there is no condemnation for anyone, no accountability for anyone's actions, and where no one is born in sin, because all will have ascended into eternal state of existence, a dimensional shift from linear to eternal. And you know what? They know this is a complete failure. If it weren't, they wouldn't lead by example in being able to show their own fruit of this kind of existence, existing on their own realm. That's why they need Earth. They can't make this happen. All they can do is damn the souls of all those who fall for it. And that is their real goal, to damn the souls of billions on Earth who will then spend eternity in punishment, condemnation, and torment in hell with them. They know the lake of fire awaits them, and they want to take as many with them as possible. These beings think they have an option in regards to their coming judgment by the Most High. Their plan is twofold. One, they think they can really pull it off and avoid their coming judgment, or they already know it won't work, but will go to hell with their own evil satisfaction. They fooled billions of people on Earth into following and believing with them and damning their own souls to the same place of judgment. The lack of accountability for one's own actions is dominant in all their teachings, no matter what form of perversion they take. It's the underlying theme because they don't want to admit accountability exists, and they are bound by it. So they teach others it doesn't exist to deceive them. They want everybody to think happy thoughts. They want everybody to think that this shift coming is going to be a literal heaven on Earth. And it's all deception, folks. It's all deception. But that's what they need. That's what they want to push. When they bring this New Jerusalem down and hover it above Jerusalem and tell everybody it's the New Jerusalem prophesied of by the prophet John, they could easily say, hey, you could have a free tour, but you have to have the seal of God in your forehead or on your right hand. They could easily bring in this whole chipping thing and this barcoding as the name, the number of his name, the name or his image, and say, hey, you can have a tour, but if you want to join in on the kingdom of God, you have to show your loyalty to God. You have to get his name, number, or image of him on your right hand or your forehead. And so that's another way that I've seen coming, that they can enforce that upon the entire world. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to get into more some of the teachings, outright teachings, other than ascensions, that these beings are teaching, and that's going to become dominant in the last days. We'll be right back in about 2 to 3 minutes, folks.
This is the Reality Radio Network on Telstar 5 Transponder 5 and on the internet at realityradionetwork.com.
laid their bodies down on a bloody war, and liberty for their descendants. Thanks to the renegades, we're free today. Thanks to the renegades, we're free today. Thank God for the renegades and the life they lead far ahead of their time. Without the renegades, Lord knows.
And I'm going to get into some of this stuff, folks. Not having listener call in probably to the second half. We're taking the rest of this half to go through some of the stuff. But what I want to do is go through some of their actual teachings and some of the things that come out of their own mouths. I'm going to have this posted on my site so you can see it yourself. Some of the stuff that comes out of this Archangel Michael. And you can go to my website at NasaraSucks.com. And I have the article listed there where this Archangel Michael, this Christ Michael, admits he's a tall gray alien. And I have his picture on my website, a painted portrait picture of him in his humanoid suit that was manufactured and made for him so that he could look like a human. And you can see that right on my site. I mean, all this stuff comes out of their own mouths. I don't make this stuff up. What I thought was really funny was one of these emails he just sent out last week to his. They have the email list on the internet. I know you're completely shocked, and they do, and they have these people that channel them, that send these emails out everywhere with things directly from them. And there was one where he was talking about he talks about Atlantis, and he talks about how Atlantis was operated by a central government. And I have this picture on my website at thewatcherfiles.com, a picture of Atlantis, and they had a council of 10 that ran Atlantis. And Michael talks about how the masters returned and what could have seemed more natural than having their guidance at such a time. But the funny thing is when he talks about when the masters returned to Atlantis, we all know what happened to Atlantis. Atlantis was destroyed. It went up in flames, went up in fire and smoke. It's below the ocean. So yeah, we want these same masters coming to Earth to help us. And he talks about Earth before the end of our age. You will again find the masters returning. And what he's talking about is their appearance here, the Anunnaki, this alien invasion that I've been talking about for years. But they're not coming as aliens, but they're coming in the role of spiritual leaders. You know, and what they're trying to do is bring people together into a common knowledge and to remove the differences that have prevented unity among us all. And you know what? The Lord wanted it this way. That's why he had the judgment at the Tower of Babel, to differentiate the people, divide them, spread them out. And they've been working ever since to null and void the judgment at the Tower of Babel, bring everybody back under one unified government, one unified religion. And so that's what they're, that's their whole unity. You know, that's how you'll see that the Council of Churches, National Council of Churches, and all these pastors and preachers like Jack Van Impe and Billy Graham and all them preaching tolerance and unity. You know, they're talking in the same alignment with these New Agers, because nowhere does the Lord ever tell us to compromise our beliefs in Him to unify with pagans, to unify with the different satanic and demonic religions around the world. You know, He said His truth brings us sword, not peace. You know, we have nothing in common with those who worship gods of stone or rubble or wood or whatever. You know, anybody other than the Most High, we have nothing in common with, and we are not to compromise with them. But if you listen to some of the preachers today who preach unity and tolerance, that's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to become unified with them. And, you know, for the handful out there that will say no, that will stand up against them, these are the ones that we persecuted against during the tribulation period. Another thing that they come out and say is that there's a lot of things in our history that needs to be rewritten so that we'll learn the truth. And obviously, because when it needs to be written, they want to be the ones rewriting it and telling us what the truth is.